I welcome Johanna Bragge from Aalto University Business School as our guest speaker today. Johanna works as a principal university lecturer in information systems at Aalto, and she's also the associate program director of the bachelor's program in business there. Johanna conducts research related to sustainability in supply chains and in marketing, as well as related to the twin digital and sustainability transformations. And now, Johanna, you have facilitated Capstone Course with Real Game 3 times at the business school, and welcome to talk with me today.
Thank you for the invitation, Kirsi. I'm really happy to share my experiences with our Capstone Course and Real Game.
Great. So, Johanna, can you first a bit tell about the purpose of the course and why you think it's useful?
Yeah, definitely. The Capstone Course at our school is the final bachelor level course, especially in our information and service management major. We have 7 majors at the business school at the bachelor level. This ISM program consists of courses related to supply chain management, information systems, and business analytics, and thus the real game simulation is spot on to our program's contents. All of the students have learned the necessary business skills in their first year's introductory courses, which are related to accounting, operations management, finance, marketing, data analytics, etc. And this final Capstone Course's purpose is to combine the knowledge that is previously learned by them. And specifically, the purpose is to understand how different areas in business are connected to each other in making a profit, taking sustainability into account, and to understand the role of supply chains, ERP systems or enterprise resource planning systems, and their significance in managing a firm. Thirdly, to apply different business analysis tools in planning and management, to understand the essential role of strategy in the process, and finally to apply various methods of collaboration, especially in a virtual context as we now fare the course. So a key part of the course is to see the business as a whole. Students will understand why it's not practical to optimize single functions separately and why the management needs to have a holistic picture of the firm.
Wow, this sounds like a very comprehensive set of learning goals and learning entity. So can you name some of the tools or concepts that the students work with when they work in the simulation?
Yeah, definitely. The students use various strategy tools, most commonly known as SWOT analysis, which is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then also Porter's generic strategies model, whether they want to focus on costs or differentiate a product from the others. Then they use tailored Excel tools, for instance, when they calculate the CO2 emissions. That is actually an Excel tool provided by the Real Game. But most importantly, they actually built their own planning and analysis tools, most often using Excel in several assignments of the course. And they definitely have skills in building those after this course.
Wow, that sounds great. So many of us are interested in learning how is your course structured, and so how many weeks do they learn, and how many credits are the course, and so forth?
Yeah, we arranged the course in the last period in spring, in the 3rd or last year of the students' bachelor studies, and the course lasts 6 weeks. And we have 5 3-hour simulation sessions during that time. And as mentioned, the course is arranged as a virtual course in Zoom and with breakout rooms for the 4-person teams. But actually some students meet also in classrooms during the simulation sessions. It's their own choice. Most of the students are fully online.
Okay.
We allow each student to be absent once from these 5 sessions, if they can agree that beforehand with their teammates, as the simulation gaming is quite hectic at times. And I've also learned that students say that they don't want to miss any of these sessions as they are so interesting for them.
Well,
for practical purposes, as in May, many of our students are already working and they might not get free from the employers. We have altogether 7 compulsory assignments in this course in the form of reports after each session, and 6 of these are like team reports, and 1 is an individual reflection report, how the teamwork and collaboration went during the course. The whole course is worth 6 credit points, meaning 160 hours of work for each student as it's calculated.
Yeah, this sounds like a very comprehensive, both in terms of time and content. And
Yeah.
so one of the concerns or points of interest for us, of course, is the role of the simulation on this 6-week course. Can you describe the role of real game on this course and how it's integrated and how it aligns with the course objectives?
Sure. In our course, actually, the business simulation game is the bread and butter of the course, as the course is fully built around it. We currently don't have separate lectures during the course. Maybe in the first we have some 20 minutes of briefing, but we give pointers to additional information, especially related to the basic operations management course and its book that each student has studied during their first year. And typically we start the sessions with a brief introduction to the topic and then play the simulation in 2 1-hour and 15-minute parts and a break in between. And in the middle and in the end, we do have joint briefing for the teams, and we go through the results and also next week's simulations, new features that we will take into use so that the students can prepare for those. And during the first session, we also visit the student teams' breakout rooms for checking that everything is rolling nicely and to answer their potential questions they have. Otherwise, we are on the guard the whole time in the main Zoom room and follow the developments and send them messages via the system and administer the clock speed and so forth. And also take new functionalities into use regularly. One of them is subcontracting, for example.
Okay, so it gradually builds during the course towards the end assignment that's compiled from each of the assignments that you have, and then the backbone of the course is the simulation game, right?
Yes.
How would you regard the work-life skills or the future competencies that the students gain with this course? And if you have any practical examples there?
Sure. I can really say that the course genuinely develops joint team working skills because it's impossible to play the game without communicating constantly with teammates. And the students emphasize this key learning very often in their course feedback. They have other kinds of course group work in the other courses, but they might just divide the work and combine it afterwards. But this course really develops the joint group work skills and communicating actively. And the course showcases also the significance of sustainability in business to continuance. For example, one student mentioned that he learned that sustainability is not just marketing or greenwashing, but it should be a strategic investment. And he learned to evaluate the environmental impact along financial performance and also to make decisions that balance both profitability and sustainability. Wow. And another student mentioned that it really changed his thinking on sustainability's importance in business, which is like really nice to hear for myself as a teacher, having studied sustainability for 3 decades already.
Wow.
Also, the students learn the importance of following numerous financial indicators, so KPIs, key performance indicators, and what do they tell for the manager and how they should respond when the KPIs show some alerts and so forth. And also very fast decision making is practiced during the course. One student team mentioned that this is a risk-free environment of trial and error in business as there is no real money involved. So it's a really good rehearsal on that respect.
Yeah, so they can prepare for real work, and when they enter their jobs, they don't make the same mistakes anymore.
Definitely, and the students say that they actually learn from the mistakes quite most effectively, at least based on the reports.
Yeah, that's a very good point of view, and well, it's basically the pedagogic aspect that we always emphasize, that mistakes are not in vain, but you actually learn a lot from them. So this all sounds terrific, and I'm really happy for your students that they have been able to rehearse and own their skills already during this course. But in your opinion, what do you think would be the greatest value of having business simulation on the Capstone course, in addition to what you mentioned already in regards to the work-life skills?
Yeah. Well, of course, it revolves around those also. We have every time asked what are the 3 key learnings, and this year there were 80 students, and I compiled the results or summary of those 3 key learnings each student mentioned. And these are the importance of teamwork and communication, the financial and strategic decision making, and the application of theoretical knowledge that they have learned. They really say that they can now apply the knowledge that they learned in the courses that might feel too theoretical, but now they actually come as flesh, and that was very valued by the students. So in a nutshell, those 3 things. Of course, there were some others also in these, but these are the 3 key things.
Yeah, and if we think of their future job, these must be very valuable and essential skills that they can immediately deploy at the job.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So lastly, any advice for a teacher who considers either building a capstone course or having a business simulation on their course?
Yeah, we have quite large courses, so around 80 students, and the course definitely benefits from 2 to 3 co-teachers, as it can be too heavy for a single teacher unless there are some 20 students. And also previous knowledge from the teacher on supply chains, on accounting, on ERPs is definitely a plus, but it can be managed also without those, or at least for me, having studied accounting some 30 years ago, I still can manage with this course. For the students, it's really important to emphasize to them in the beginning that they should do the pre-assignment carefully and learn the basic functionalities of the game. They actually themselves many times say in the feedback questionnaires, I wish I would have studied better. It's very important to emphasize them and maybe say, in the words of other students from previous years, that look, they wish themselves that they would have prepared better. That's maybe the most important. Related to that, it would be very great if a practice session would be arranged if the schedule of the course allows it, so that it's not yet playing for the real, but a practice session with the game.
Yeah. That relates probably also to the aspect that the student teams want to succeed. So they want to practice and make some of the mistakes beforehand, before it affects their company's results.
Yeah. And that brings one final, actually this year we took 5% of the course grade based on who are the top 3 performers in profitability and top 3 performers regarding the CO2 emissions, who has the lowest emissions. And that made some student teams really play hard. It's a game and they like games. And now that there was this extra incentive, that worked very well.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Thank you for sharing that with us.